Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you a recipe of chicken kebabs. These are basically chicken cutlets and these are formed into patties, and that's why I call them chicken cutlet kababs. These are really easy to make and they are super delicious and a great addition to any meal. To make this, I'm taking boneless chicken, 1 kilo. This is chicken breast. Actually, you can take minced chicken. I'm going to actually go ahead and mince this in my mincer to make a chicken mince. But if you have chicken all ready to made, or if you already have chicken mince, you can use that. To that, I'm adding 1 chopped onion, medium-sized onion, which I have chopped finely. And to that, I'm adding my all my spices. So here I'm adding garlic, 1 tablespoon of that heaped, and this is my ginger, 1 tablespoon of ginger. With that, I'm also going to add my coriander leaves. These are chopped coriander and a bunch of it, and it's up to you actually if you like, but coriander really enhances the taste. And green chilies chopped, 5 to 6. Again, depends on how much your kids can take it. You can add or subtract as per your taste. And the next, all goes the spices, your salt, coriander, cumin, red chili, garam masala, all of it. Now this recipe is available on my website, the written recipe, and I'm going to leave the link in my description box. Go ahead and check it out. You can find the written recipe of this recipe and all my other recipes available on that website. And here, going back to my recipe, I'm adding in juice of 1 lemon, which is really important to this recipe. You know, lemon juice or the presence of citrus kind of enhances the flavor of your kebabs. It gives it a complete balanced flavor. So it's really important to add this. Now what I've done, I've mixed my mixture and I'm going to let it marinate overnight, or minimum of at least 2 hours. I'm going to let it marinate for 2 hours, overnight, but if you're in a hurry, you have to marinate at least for 2 hours. Now this is the next day and I'm all ready, I'm all set to kind of make my patties. So before that, I'm just going to add in 1 egg. To this, egg is a wonderful binding agent. It kind of will keep the kebabs in place, and the breadcrumbs is to absorb any excess moisture. So I've taken 1 cup of breadcrumbs and I'm going to kind of judge how much breadcrumbs I need. You have to really judge. You have to see the texture, how much texture, you have to see, keep monitoring the texture of your kebab mixture, and add your breadcrumbs according to this, and add an increment. So don't add all at once. So what you have to make sure is that your kebabs do not become really dry. If you add all at once, you wouldn't really know how much breadcrumbs your kebab needs, or this mixture needs. Primarily you use it to absorb excess moisture, and it gives you a beautiful texture and coating it gives you a beautiful texture even while eating. So I'm just going to mix it here, and I'm just trying to form these balls, these patties, and seeing if I'm able to form it correctly, if it's coming in the right shape or not. I'm mixing it all. You can see my little helpers around me trying to help me and be of use. It's lovely to have children around. They take great pleasure in seeing your mom work, and it is a good way to introduce them to different kinds of food, and how you can really educate them about cooking and things like that. And now here you see what I'm doing here is I'm making a small roundel, and it's a very small part. I'm just going to fry it and do a taste test. So this will help me in ensuring that the right amount of salt is there in my mixture. If there is less salt, I'm going to add it in this and mix it, and the seasonings, everything I'm checking. So with that small piece before I make it into patties. And now this is repeated work. You can kind of put on some music or put on something that you like to watch and do this. All you have to do is make a round ball and just flatten it, making sure that there are no curves, there are no cracks around it. So, and use water there. I have just wetting my hand in water so that it doesn't stick to my hands. and that's all it is. I'm going to make all my kebabs in this tray. And you must have noticed that I have taken a tray and I've lined it with a baking paper. That's really important because I'm going to put this in the freezer, and when I'm going to bag it, it will be easy for me to kind of remove it from there. So you can actually cut the parchment paper or the baking paper around the size of wherever these are, and just pick that up and put it in the bag. But what I do is that I pick out each one of them and then I place it in the bag, and I will show you how I have done the freezing. So I have kept 5 to show you how I'm going to fry it, and these are ready to go into the freezer for at least an hour to freeze before I put them in the bag. And you can store it up to 6-7 months. I've stored it up to 6-7 months. I mean, of course, these are 20, it will not last that long, but you can make a larger quantity of it and store it to last you a really long time. And they are really helpful when you're taking lunch, or when you're going to work and you really need something on the go. You kind of really pop it out from the freezer and just put it on the just fry them, shallow fry. So here I'm taking around 2 tablespoons of oil, and I'm just going to fry my kebabs until they are done on both sides. And you can see this will be how they will look, and they are absolutely delicious. They are a great addition to any meal, like I said in the beginning. And whenever you are making something that your kids do not like to eat, or there are people who don't like to, you can just bring this out and add it to your meal. Now let me go back to the freezing part of this. So all I'm just going to do is that pull out from these. How easily you can notice how easily they are coming off. They are frozen. They're not really completely frozen like rock solid, but they are semi-frozen, and it's easy for me to glide it off the parchment paper. It would be really difficult if you do not add the parchment paper, because they can stick to each other, and then freezing them will be a nightmare. So just place it on that, and whenever you want to cook it, just kind of leave it on your counter for at least half an hour, and you can easily pull it out and cook how much ever you want. It's really simple, and it goes a long way. These are really good meals. I'm closing this bag and I'm making sure that there is no air. I'm trying to squeeze out as much air as I can possibly from this packet, from this Ziploc bag. There are ways that you can actually do. You can put a straw and just suck out the air. You can do that. I'm just writing it down, chicken kebab, in case if there is someone else at home who wants to do the cooking like my husband. So there you go. That many I have made 20, and this is my kebab after it was done. It was super delicious. It was really yummy, and I really enjoyed making this and shooting it for you. Thanks for watching. Do not forget to like, share, and subscribe, and do tell me in the comment section how do you like it. Thank you very much. See you. Bye bye.